Welcome into the Friday Refresh, brought to you by benandtravis.com. There are all sorts of fantastic things to check out at benandtravis.com, including crazy videos that make you laugh and sometimes make you think, some blogs, VBS songs with lyrics, a link to the store, and much, much more. Go check out all the fun stuff to do at benandtravis.com. Darnell Ferguson isn't necessarily a household name. Born in Philadelphia and raised in Columbus, Ohio, he was just a normal kid that loved his childhood and specifically loved to cook. When he graduated, he moved to Louisville, Kentucky in 2005 to study culinary arts, but soon found that being on his own was a struggle. While going to night school, he would work during the day in fast food restaurants and found that he needed more money, so Ferguson began selling drugs. His illegal activities started the process of being in and out of jail. While out of jail, he was in a type of broke prison all his own. He was penniless and living out of his car. He credits a church in Kentucky for setting him back on the right path, and with the creativity that God blessed him with, he began taking some risk and launching pop-up breakfast concepts in restaurants that had traditionally only served lunch and dinner. His creative concepts were a hit, and at age 28, he opened his own restaurant. It was destroyed by fire a few months later after opening, and after the Louisville community helped him to rebuild, he was able to continue with his restaurant. His faith and hard work opened the door for Darnell Ferguson to be on several shows on the Food Network. Now in his mid-30s, Ferguson is a father of 8 and owns 2 restaurants in Louisville, Kentucky, and one in Tuscumbia, Alabama, known as Superhero Chef, just down the road from my house. It just so happens that today my wife and I decided to stop in that restaurant in the small town area of Tuscumbia, just down the road from where Helen Keller was raised. Both Keller and Ferguson share a great quality that we would all do well to mimic: perseverance. Perseverance is something everyone can have, but like a culinary treat, it takes some key ingredients. First, it takes a positive mindset. You have to believe what you can achieve. For Ferguson, as well as most of the people that you find in the pages of God's Word who persevered, faith was at the root of their ability. The positive mindset for the Christian comes from knowing God will be there all along the way. One quote found on the wall at Superhero Chef said, "Set your goals so big that unless God helps you, you will be a miserable failure." That's pretty big, but it ensures that you set the bar pretty high. Second, it takes a willingness to step out of the comfort zone. Another positive affirmation was, if you want to see something you've never seen before, you have to do something you've never done before. Risks are hard to take, but Mark Zuckerberg is quoted as saying, "The biggest risk is not taking any risks." Know the difference in carelessness and being calculated. Risks that are taken after careful examining them is one thing. Carelessly taking risk is much less advised. Yet most people who are successful in their fields have chosen to step from their comfort zones at least a few times. Finally, it takes some toughness. Not everyone will like it. Not everyone will approve of it. Not everyone will follow you into this endeavor. You will face criticism, but you will be in good company. Jesus faced criticism, as did his disciples. But that's another spot where the belief will help you immensely. Know what you believe and why. Stick to it. Prepare yourself for the fire. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were 3 Jews who knew what they believed, and when they faced a fiery death, they stood tall and defiantly declared to the king through their actions that they would burn before they would bend. That is a recipe the world needs more of. Start with a little positive attitude, stir in a little willingness to step out of the comfort zone, and top it off with a whole heap of toughness. And you have yourself a spiritual recipe for perseverance that will not only feed your own soul, but will feed the souls around you. Others will learn the art of perseverance when you show them. Thanks, Super Chef Ferguson. The meal was great. The life lesson you've taught was even better. And that is your Friday Refresh.